Gleeks, rejoice! Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most unforgettable Glee moments.
But we're gonna sit here and we're just gonna let go. Okay, and let the universe do its thing, and if we're meant to be together, then we're gonna be together.
For this list, we've chosen memorable moments from this musical comedy series' 6 seasons. In case you still haven't seen the show, a spoiler alert is now in effect.
How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat.
Number 10. The Double Wedding. A wedding.
What are those? Brittany, what's going on?
After 6 seasons of toying with our emotions, these two on-again, off-again couples finally tied the knot in one of Glee's final episodes.
My amazing friend, my one true love. Will you marry me?
Fans rejoiced when Blaine proposed to Kurt back in season 5, but were devastated when their engagement was cut short.
We had a great run, but let's just call it quits before we completely hate each other.
When Santana and Brittany revealed their master plan to have their friends get married alongside them at their own wedding, viewers were screaming, "Do it!"
I'm gonna keep it simple. Brittany S. Pierce. Will you marry me?
Wait, what is happening?
So not only did we get the Britannia wedding of our dreams, we also got the double wedding we didn't even know we needed. And we couldn't have been more satisfied.
It's time for all of us to walk into the sunshine together. Forever. Is that something you want to do?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Number 9. Shelby is Rachel's mother. Theatricality.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
They look amazing.
When Broadway legend Idina Menzel first guest starred on the show as head of the rival Glee club Vocal Adrenaline, viewers noted how much she and Rachel looked alike.
But the tigers come at night. But the tigers come at night. With their voices soft as thunder.
It didn't take long for it to be revealed to us that she was indeed playing Rachel's on-screen birth mother, though it's hard to believe the actresses aren't related in real life.
Mom? Honey, you gotta stop sneaking into these rehearsals.
It took longer still for Rachel to find out that Shelby was her mother. Unfortunately, Rachel doesn't get the fairy tale ending she hopes for since Shelby doesn't want that kind of relationship with her. But at least we get to hear them sing together.
She's got to love nobody.
Number 8. Will and Emma get married. All or nothing.
I figured out that I can't handle the pressure of a big wedding. So, I told Will if we're gonna get married, that I wanted an intimate ceremony in a special place, surrounded by the people that we love.
While Glee mostly centers around the love lives of the kids in Glee Club, one of the cutest romances on the show is that of co-workers Will and Emma. After overcoming bad marriages, relationships with other people, and even one failed attempt at a big church wedding, it all comes down to this simple moment. Without a huge and fancy ceremony to scare her, Emma's finally able to exchange vows with the man she loves, and recalls how much she loved him from the gooey start.
Whenever things in my head get all gooey and sticky and messy and I can't get them out, you always come along, and you make me feel clean, and you make me feel whole again.
Surrounded by the Glee Club in the choir room, these two finally and quickly skip to the part we'd all been waiting for.
Will, Emma, Wemma, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Number 7. Finn proposes to Rachel. Yes, no.
Look, I have something to talk to you about, but I want you to promise me that you won't say a word until I'm done.
There are so many couples on this show we eventually lost track, but we always kept our eyes on Finchel. These two always had feelings for each other, even when they were dating other people. After Will proposes to Emma, Finn decides he wants to spend his life with Rachel, and decides to pop the question himself.
I just feel like all my life I've been, wondering if I was going to be as much of a man as my father was. Now all of a sudden I'm up at night worried that I'm going to become the man who he was.
On the auditorium stage where their romance first blossomed, Finn talks about how much of an inspiration Rachel has been to him. Without any grandiose gestures, he gives a heartfelt and genuine speech.
You're like a beacon of light guiding me through the darkness. You're like this big gold star, and for some bizarre reason, You chose to let me love you.
Finally, he takes out the ring and asks a surprise Rachel to marry him.
Rachel Berry, will you marry me?
Number 6. The Prom Meltdowns. Prom Queen.
Now, the 2011 McKinley High Prom Queen, with an overwhelming number of write-in votes, is Kurt Hummel.
On his prom night, Kurt is the victim of a cruel prank and is announced as prom queen. It wouldn't be Glee without even more drama though, and we see Finn fight Rachel's prom date Jessie. Brittany consoles an upset Santana, and Rachel was blamed for Quinn losing the title of queen.
Quinn, you need to calm down.
This is your fault. Nobody ever would have voted for me because they know he would rather be with you.
That's not true.
This episode in particular tackles tough subjects like homophobia, and shows Kurt for the strong character he is when he comes back to accept his crown.
Eat your heart out, Kate Middleton.
Unfortunately, prom king Karofsky isn't ready to show who he truly is, and refuses to dance with Kurt. Fortunately, however, this disastrous prom does have its heartfelt moments, and the next year's prom goes much better when Santana and Quinn rig the votes so Rachel and Finn win prom queen and king.
McKinley Titans, bow down to your new leaders.
Number 5. Quinn is pregnant. Preggers.
Whatever I did, I'm sorry.
I'm pregnant.
Season 1 introduced us to the squeaky clean Quinn Fabray, head cheerleader, president of the Celibacy Club, and girlfriend to jock Finn Hudson. So it came as a shock to viewers, and especially Finn, when Quinn got pregnant.
I'll stand by you.
Finn, a sweetheart but not always the brightest, accepted that he was the father, even though they hadn't had sex. Meanwhile, the baby's actual father, Puck, proved he was ready for fatherhood.
Beth, I know you're lonely, and I hope you'll be alright. 'Cause me and the boys will be playing all night.
Both boys' songs dedicated to the unborn child melted viewers' hearts. Ultimately, the baby would find a home instead with Rachel's birth mother, Shelby. But needless to say, the entire experience made Quinn grow into a strong woman, despite everything thrown at her.
Come on, get off, knock it off, get off, get off. Hey, tell the truth! Punk just walked in and sucker punched me.
Number 4. Burt and Carole get married. Furt.
'Cause it's a beautiful night. We're looking for something dumb to do. Hey baby, I think I wanna marry you.
As much as this episode is about Burt and Carole's wedding, and trust us, we love Burt and Carole, it's just as much about the union of Finn and Kurt as stepbrothers. The two Glee Club members didn't hit it off at first, because Kurt had a huge crush on Finn and Finn felt awkward around him, which became especially apparent when they moved in together and Finn insulted Kirk's extravagant decor.
Well, then the first thing that needs to go is that faggy lamp, and then we need to get rid of this faggy couch blanket. Hey! What did you just call him?
But during their parents' wedding, when Finn sings to Kurt, it becomes clear that they now love each other like real brothers and want nothing more than to be one big happy family, making the day even more special for Burt and Carole.
When I see your face, there's not a thing that I would change.
Number 3. Nationals victory. Nationals.
And now, a round of applause to your top 3 finalists for this year's National Show Choir Championship.
The Glee Club constantly proved they were about more than performing, since we saw friendships, relationships, and lifelong bonds form there. But sometimes all we wanted was to see them compete against other Glee Clubs.
We didn't even place.
Throughout the first 2 seasons, New Directions came dead last during regionals and lost nationals because of an unplanned onstage kiss. So by the time season 3 rolled around, they and we wanted the title. Bad. Opening with a bang with Edge of Glory, Rachel then brings the house down with her rendition of It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
But when you touch me like this, and you hold me like that, I just have to admit that it's all coming back to me.
Finally, the entire cast delivers an energetic and dynamic cover of a Meatloaf tune.
So now I'm praying for the end of time to hurry up and arrive. 'Cause if
It doesn't come as a surprise, but we're incredibly satisfied when they win the Nationals trophy.
From McKinley High in Lima, Ohio, the new direction!
Number 2, Don't Stop Believin' performance, pilot.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
You didn't think we'd forget this, did you? In a simple but impassioned performance of the Journey hit, Glee proved from its pilot how good the cast could be.
A singer in a smoky room.
A smell of wine and cheap perfume.
What's more, without this epic performance, Will might have given up on the Glee Club. It's Don't Stop Believin' that makes him realize a place for kids to feel safe and accepted is possible and worth fighting for.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling.
This song acts as an anthem for what the show's all about, remaining one of their most iconic performances. Don't Stop Believin' was revisited 5 more times during the show, including the first part of the series finale where Will remembers that first time. It brought the Glee Club together in the first place and made us believe in Glee from the start.
Don't stop.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'm so afraid of what everyone will say behind my back. Still, I have to accept that I love you.
Up in the club, just broke up. I'm doing my own little thing. You decided to dip, and now you want a trip, 'cause another brother noticed me.
It's coming out of your paycheck, every penny of it! Oh, God.
Number 1, Rachel sings after Finn's death, Quarterback.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments so dear.
This is a moment that Glee fans still can't get over. Corey Monteith, who played Finn on the show, tragically died of a drug overdose in July 2013, before the cast began shooting season 5. With the cast and crew left in shock, production was postponed.
Oh, if I die young, bury me in satin, lay me down on a bed of roses, sink me in the river at dawn, send me away with the words of a love song.
When season 5 did return, it did so on a high note. But in the 3rd episode, they finally paid tribute to Monteith by addressing the death of his character Finn.
How do parents go on when they lose a child? You know, when I would see that stuff on the news, I'd shrug it off because it was just too horrible to think, but I would always think, how do they wake up every day?
Besides the opening number, where the entire cast sings a song in his honor, as well as Santana's breakdown, Lea Michele's performance was most notable, as she had been Monteith's real-life girlfriend.
I couldn't make you happy, make your dreams come true. Nothing that I wouldn't do.
When Rachel sang Make You Feel My Love in his memory, we all felt it. Do you agree with our list?
All I can say is that I'm really...
Shut up.
What do you miss most about Glee?
I feel more than I know how to express. I'm heartbroken.
For more gleeful top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to MsMojo.
And the Tony goes to...